Thank you. See, it's just too difficult to limit people to 5 minutes. Thank you so much, Olambe. Next, we're going to hear from Ray LaForest, who was an interim acting local station board member, is a current local station board member, is a union organizer, is a member of the Pacifica National Board, and who is a like-minded friend and supporter and a part of the struggle to save WBAI.
Thank you. First, I appreciate you being here tonight, understanding the importance of giving up a beautiful afternoon to contribute to making WBAI and Pacifica what they meant to be. When this country became independent from England in 1776, a group of people who fought for that revolution felt that the struggle was over. It was not just a race issue, it was an issue of class and power. And some of these dynamics are represented today at WBAI. People fight for struggle to the extent that their own agenda is achieved, and then they stop. And in some cases, they will fight you if you were to go further. When this country became independent in 1776, these great statements that were started by Jefferson, for example, did not apply to the majority of this population. Women were not allowed to vote. Certainly, African American people were enslaved. People of color were denied rights. And even male whites who didn't have property were not accepted as full citizens. In a way, the story we're looking at today is very similar. We have joined with people who have supported the struggle, but they have achieved their aim. And they will not stand for the struggle to include others who have a voice that is equal to theirs. And in some cases, some individuals might not see themselves as playing a role in that process, but effectively, they are playing a role in that process. And one of the major consequences of this is racist attack at WBAI. I can tell you I run as a candidate for the board on justice and unity. And it is not by accident that we put justice before unity, because without justice, unity is senseless. Without a voice for every community, and it's another term that many of those folks don't like, it is easy to become a technocrat, to talk about excellence. I'm for excellence. I'm for technical excellence behind the microphone. I'm for administrative excellence. I'm for accountability, the kind of accountability that will be brought to you by an accountant, by financial individuals. But at the core of this struggle, this station for me and my community do not work, we say, just raising funds so that we raise more than we raised the last time, but a voice that is an effective voice, a true tool to the struggle of my community, of that community of working people that is the United States and the world. And then those individuals will contribute to that agency. They will contribute to the institution that is WBAI. Not because an accountant put every dot on every I as to where every penny was spent. That comes after. The earlier struggle that we have to address and that we involve here today is to have a tool, an institution that is truly representative of our interests. And I believe that Mutu said earlier that we are living in a very dangerous time. And this institution that is WBAI is even more important to us. And the people who are fighting actually against change, against progressive change in this station, are people who have achieved their measure. And as I was saying earlier, during the election, I've heard many times that people say, WBAI is not a political institution. My foot, it's not. I became personally involved in WBAI as an interpreter of the struggle of my community, meaning the Haitian community, as a community of black people, community that came from a society that exploded because of the priorities of reactionary leaders in this country that would tolerate 30 years dictatorship in Haiti and every country of the area rather than having an end or limitation to their own interests, both their own privilege, both economic and politics. So for me, WBAI, first and foremost, is not just a radio in a technical sense, although we have to meet some requirements. Now, in terms of the question of race that we're raising today, there are statements that have been made on BAI with which I disagree, that have made me cringe, that I've actually denounced personally. But the question is the real issue, those statements by individuals, or an attempt to stop the empowerment of those communities that we represent from having a true voice in this station. I can tell you on the national board, this is a very lonely place, because some of the same dynamics are repeated. Because individuals are more concerned with bean counting, with procedure, which are indeed important, but don't realize or do not want to believe or accept that at the core of this struggle is a struggle for justice. And first and foremost, that is what WBAI Pacifica are for. And as Elambe just said earlier, and I said, as a Haitian, we have a history of struggle that spans hundreds of years. We also have a history of success. And I'll carry this within my own community, and we will not give up this struggle until we won it. And I guarantee you. Thank you.